Hey there, YouTube. Back with another multiplayer quick battle here. This time running Alariel the Radiant up on her Eagle with another Eagle in support. I got a Noble over here with a Chariot and a Lion Chariot Crace unit as well on the flank. And this time, since we're up against the Dawi, and I've not faced the Dwarves really yet, I will say, as the High Elves, I'm actually running the Dark Lord Felkon's build. Which is just a bunch of white lions with archer units and swordmasters of Hoeth in the back line. My opponent has brought Grombrindle, which is a really good pick into this matchup. A couple slayers, trollhammer torpedoes, and iron drake. So clearly my opponent was expecting maybe dragons or something like that. A couple cannonball shots do come rolling out here instantly in the beginning. First salvo is going, of course, for the Eagles, who I've left here in the middle to do all the dodging. And I put my infantry units downhill and behind the trees here, so they will be mostly protected from some of that fire while we're juking that out. But yeah, pretty standard stuff for my opponent here, so we're just going to roll right into it. Nothing crazy here to see. A couple cannons, again, iron drakes, miners with blasting charges, and dwarf warriors. But yeah, I've also brought another unit of War Lions. I do like the War Lions, so I'm trying to see which matchups they're going to be good into. They do count as large, though, which is something to be cognizant of, if you will. Because most people would not expect them to be large units, myself being one of them. But yeah, so right now, just kind of getting our infantry in position, using Alariel here to kind of bait out some of that cannonball fire, and just dodging as much as we can. By the way, for clarification, by Felkon's build, I mean that this is one of the builds that he shared in one of his YouTube videos. If you guys look at his YouTube page, you'll see that he has shared. Now, the builds are kind of outdated at this point, I think, but they're still pretty good, at least as starting points, in my opinion. So if you have no idea where to start with builds, I would definitely consider checking that video out. And I think he shares a file that you can just download the builds and load them into your game. So yeah, definitely consider checking that out. But yeah, the armies are starting to meet up here, so let's get into it. So the archers are going to be taking pock shots into the back of these iron drakes and miners, while I get the war lions around. So, and this is why it's important to know that these units are large. I did not know that they were large, so I'm charging them right into slayers here. Kind of expecting them to do work, but they get absolutely wrecked on the charge. So I'm like, what the heck happened there? So I pull them out, trying to figure out what is going on, and then I look at their unit card, and sure enough, right there in the corner, they are large. Big mistake on my part. But yeah, we're getting engaged here in the front line. Taking quite a bit of damage. I probably should have dropped the Star of Avalorn here. But the White Lions are taking the blasting charges to the face for Alariel, I guess. But yeah, we're getting these troll hammers and iron drakes all clumped up over here. So we're dropping our chariots in. All the slayers have been pulled to this side too, so we're definitely safe to make this charge. We start shrekking the troll hammers as much as we can. The lion chariots, the noble, and the two. Actually, I stick the noble over here into the cannon. Because I was kind of worried about Alariel or the eagle getting picked up. I probably should have sent the eagle over, because the noble's a little more valuable than the eagle. But before it gets too late, I pull Alariel out ASAP, and I use the eagle and the chariots to continue the engagement. I pull the war lions back over to help support Alariel, shredding these iron drakes. And the front line engagement's not going too bad either. The white lions do have quite a bit of armor, so if you just have a dwarf warrior front line, they're definitely going to beat them up. So no problems there. Balance of power is swinging strongly in our favor because we are in the back line here, absolutely shutting down the cannons, and the iron drakes and the troll hammer torpedoes without them being able to fire at all. We're basically getting free damage. We shattered this unit of cannons here, and white lions should be able to beat slayers pretty good. So let's actually see how this fight is going. So combat is even. You would think that the slayers really wouldn't have much of a chance into white lions, just because the white lions have armor piercing damage, 90 armor, and to my knowledge the slayers really don't have any armor piercing. Let's see, actually 16 armor piercing, so pretty solid armor piercing actually. You know, not great, but not horrible either. Dropping a heal on these, really trying to heal my noble, but the White Lions are also in range, so why not? Iron Drakes do come back, but they are absolutely, looks like they're roasting their own units, so friendly fire in full effect here. Grombrindle does absolutely Shrek my Great Eagle, which got left behind somehow. Super unfortunate stuff. I do have a unit of White Lions there in the backfield kind of coming back. But yeah, now my Noble's about, you know, quarter HP, which is pretty solid. But with the Swordmasters of Hoeth being full HP, there's really not much hope left for my opponent. He has nothing left on the field to deal with these Swordmasters. I guess he really didn't really have much, honestly, in the beginning to deal with them. That's why they're pretty good into this, or really good, I should say, into this matchup, as long as they don't get blasted by cannons and the like. But yeah, so now I'm just trying to keep Alariel safe from Grombrindle, because there's really not much left my opponent can do to me here. So I'm just going to be fast forwarding here as we're cleaning things up. I think my opponent does end up actually conceding. Because yeah, we're just looking to bring ourselves in here, get healthy, get a surround going, and yeah, that's it. My opponent does concede. So yeah, kind of a quick one there, but this is just a really solid build if you're playing High Elves into Dwarves. White Lions across the board, as many as you can get, 5 in a tournament setting. Swordmasters of Hoeth, of course, they're the perfect unit to fight Dwarves. Tons of armor piercing damage, they have their parry. I still think the War Lions are probably good. Just don't charge them into Slayers like I did. And then the Archers are here to deal with Slayers primarily, but they can pick apart some of the frontline lighter armored units as well. The Noble on the Chariot is going to do absolute work as well, and same with the Lion Chariots of Krace did absolute work there. 1500 damage value. I think it paid for itself. I believe it's 1400. It's either 1100 or 1400. I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but either way, it paid for itself. Alariel just there to drop heals and dodge cannonball shots, and don't leave your eagles on the ground for Grombrindle to absolutely wreck. So yeah, Grombrindle got 1400 damage value pretty much almost exclusively on killing that eagle. Troll Hammers did pretty okay, even though they were compromised in the beginning, and the Iron Drakes kind of melted their own units there, so we don't even count that damage value. Just kidding. But yeah, nevertheless, good game to my opponent. I do like facing Dwarves because they're it's a playstyle that I personally don't like to play. I'm more of like a rush style player, I would say. But yeah, go ahead and let me know what you guys think of the content. Consider leaving a like. Additionally, I do have an April goal of 30 subs, so if you'd please help me, or sorry, 20 subs, not 30, but if I do reach 30, I won't be mad about it, so please consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one.